So this was a structure pop quiz 8. This having the structure questions. If you have any doubt in question 1A, 1B on the second page, B1 dot. So gallium in its compound shows a similar properties to aluminium and its compound. Gallium react with the excess of a chlorine to form a gallium trichloride. At 500, it's a gas, suggests a type of attraction that exists as a 500 between the atoms within the gallium trichloride molecule. Like what we have the atoms in a gallium trichloride molecule. We have to find or tell the attraction between the atoms. So as and already they specify that it is having the same properties as aluminium. And how aluminium trichloride is formed? Aluminium trichloride is formed by a covalent bond between aluminium and chlorine. There's a covalent bond and a dative bond. This is the structure of aluminium trichloride. So what will happen? This lone pair and this lone pair also attracted. So they will have this is a dative bond. Between the atoms, there's a covalent bond. So they're saying between atoms within the gallium trichloride, between the atoms of gallium trichloride molecule, what type of attraction they have, what kind of bonding they have. So they have covalent bonds within the atom, between the atoms. And between the gallium trichloride molecule, look, like if you have this is like one structure of a gallium trichloride molecule, and if there's another molecule, how they are attracted? Because if a molecule is a non-polar, and it's mentioned here, if a molecule is a non-polar, what kind of attraction they will have? Like if I say this is one molecule of a aluminium trichloride, oh, sorry, gallium trichloride, and there's another molecule. So between the covalently bonded molecules, what kind of attraction they will have? They will have dipole induced dipole forces. Is it clear? So whenever like forces between the gases, if you have a gas, so definitely dipole induced dipole force is there. And a non-polar molecule, dipole induced dipole force. Suggests a name of attraction formed between the two gallium trichloride molecules to form Ga2Cl6. So as we just discussed, they will have a dative bond. So if we have a gallium trichloride molecule, this is one molecule of a gallium trichloride, and this is another molecule. So the lone pair of chlorine, and here also lone pair of a chlorine. So what kind of bonding they will have? They will have a dative bond. But when we have this one group of molecule and we have another group of the molecule of a gallium trichloride, what kind of attraction is there between the molecules? Because these are the non-polar. So between the non-polar molecules, what kind of attraction they have? They have dipole induced dipole force. Is it clear? So this attraction is dative, but this between the molecules is dipole induced dipole. Part C, any doubt? Then we have question 2, part A, part B of question 2. Anyone having a doubt or a question? So in part C, we have a mass spectrum of a phosphorus trichloride. Phosphorus is attached with 3 chlorine, and there are peaks from 101 to 105. And complete the table to show the ion responsible for this peak. So we have PCl5, like molecule is there of PCl5. Oh, sorry, PCl3 molecule, not 5. So we have PCl3 and we want to identify what is the formula. Look, we know chlorine mass is 35 and we know it can be 37 and phosphorus is 31. So one of the mass is 101, like the total mass of a molecule is 101, another is 103 and the last one is 105. So how we can have this 101, 103 and 105? So if I was having like example PCl3, what is the maximum mass of the PCl3? So phosphorus is 31. Let's take like example, one is chlorine 35, another is chlorine 37, another is chlorine 35. Like what will be the sum? This sum will be more than 120. Means, so these peaks, no, if you add 31, 35, 37, and 35, it means the total sum of these molecule, like the molecular ion peak, it will be more than 120. So it means this cannot be, what it shows this cannot be PCl3. So it can be another, what else it can be? Because it can decompose into PCl3 like a molecule, or it can be PCl2 as well, or it can be PCl as well. So if we have PCl2, what will be the maximum mass it will be? Like if we take, it will be chlorine is 30, phosphorus 31, chlorine is 35 or 37. So what is the sum here? When you add, it will be 90 plus. So it means this what this gives? This give a total mass of 103. So it means the formula is for this one is PCl2, which, and in this PCl2, all of them have a formula of PCl2, but in this PCl2, this is PCl2, but the mass is 31 here, the mass is 35, and the mass is 37. What about another? This is also PCl2. One of them is 30, phosphorus 31, chlorine will be 35, and another chlorine is also 35. Oh, sorry, 37. Both of them are 37 because the total sum, when we add them, 31 plus 37 plus 37, the sum will be 105. And this might be PCl2 also, but the phosphorus will be 31 and both chlorine will be 35. So you can write all of them as PCl2. All of them are PCl2, but you have to specify that what are, yes, you have to specify because we need the mass. All of them are PCl2, but this is a more appropriate way that you mention the mass of each of them. Is it clear? Then to show that the relative peak height in the table is consistent of isotope being 3:1. So how we can show that? You just have to use a ratio of the, like as we know, chlorine 35 is 75% and chlorine 37 is 25%. So if you take like this is 101, 101 is there, and both of them are 35, like as we mentioned earlier. So if both of them are 35, so this will be, and 35 is having a percentage of 25% of fraction of 3 by 4. So this will be 3 by 4. If 103 is there, it might be 1 by 4 or 3 by 4. But what might happen? Maybe first one is 37, 35, second is 37, or first one is 37 and second one is 35. So the possibilities are twice. And if it is 105 is there, which is 1 by 4 and 1 by 4, like because 37 and 37, they are 25% or 1 by 4 of the fraction. So when you take this value, this will be 9 by 16 of the total value. This will be 6 by 16 of the total value. And this will be 1 by 16 of the total value. So when you take the fractions here, this fraction will be 9, 6, and 1. So it is consistent with the table which is given, that if both of them are chlorine 35,